Hello, everyone. This is Alexander, your host of the Free American Press, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I find rather strange. So, in Solano County, there's actually a group of tech billionaires, mostly from Silicon Valley, who are buying up huge amounts of land in order to create a new city. And we're going to be putting an in-depth look into this, why these billionaires are buying it up, and they've been buying it all up through a shell corporation, basically Flannery and Associates. And basically, what the news has been telling us, they finally broken the story, the big media. They've been telling us that we didn't know for years who these people were who were buying land in Solano County, right by Travis Air Force Base. They said, "Oh, we don't know whether it was the Chinese or we don't know if it was this or that who was buying up all this land." But the first thing I have to point out is the government certainly knew what was happening. I think years ago. The only reason why they're breaking it now is because they're at the finishing stages of this. And the reason why I believe that is that at least some people in the government knew is because just look, Steve Jobs' wife, she's a big donator to the Democrat Party. A lot of these people donate a lot of money to politicians, so I'm pretty sure they knew about it, but it was kept very quiet so they could amass the land. And the thing that's scaring me is now they're threatening to sue the farmers who want higher prices for their land. Or no, they actually are suing the farmers. They started some class action lawsuits saying that they're colluding to increase prices for their land. But they're just billionaires. They're not the government. I'm completely against eminent domain from the first beginning, but still, um, these are billionaires, so they can't even say that. So the farmers should have every right to sell their land for whatever price they see fit. They want $1 million for their farm, if they want $100,000 for their farm, it really depends if they want to sell their farm at all. So they're already coming into this in a bad way, basically barging in, saying you have to sell us your land, bullying the farmers, and just so they can create a new mega smart city. So I'm going to get in a little bit deeper on that, but I know you all want to see some information, some sources. So I'm just going to share the screen to show you a little bit more what's going on. So here it is. So far they've spent around $900 million and they own nearly enough parcels to cover San Francisco twice. So that's quite a bit of land. San Francisco, if it's similar amount of population per square mile, that would be almost a city of 2 million people because San Francisco has about a million, pretty close, not quite there. So here's the actual spot. So it's actually in the Bay Area. So these are all the parcels they have bought up so far. I'm sure they want to connect this a little bit better, but these are some of the parcels. I'll show you um, where it is on the map. So it's right here. A lot of the parcels right here. They've been buying up huge swaths of land. Let's continue looking. So it's right here. So it is part of the Bay Area. It was one of the last areas. So here's Solano County. It's pretty close to San Francisco. It's pretty centrally located. So they've been buying up parcels around this area, pretty close to Walnut Creek. So it's basically a new mega city um, in the Bay Area. And the question has to be asked is you're going to build such a big city like this, spending billions of dollars in the process. But the question is why California's population has actually been declining. Is this a new place for people in the rural areas? They want to move everybody from the rural areas into a new big city like this. Is that their plan? The United Nations have been pushing smart cities, and this seems to be basically what this is. So let's continue looking down. So Mr. Morowitz, so this is one of the guys, one of these crooks with this Flannery, thing. So it says basically he added that his group has secured some 1,400 acres for less than 5,000 per acre. The price per acre has since accelerated, and the company's most recent purchases have neared $20,000 dollars per acre. So it says the purchases burst into public view this spring when lawyers for Flannery filed a lawsuit in U.S. District Court accusing landowners of colluding to inflate prices. So now basically they're trying to starve these farmers out, because if these farmers don't have a lawyer who's their friend or something, then it's going to cost a lot of money for these probably poor farmers, because they don't have a lawyer and they have to pay for one just to defend themselves with this frivolous lawsuit. So it's basically a land grab in order to make this big mega city for unknown purposes. So here's Smart City. So the people who are buying this up are tech entrepreneurs, billionaires, who are in bed with the government, like Steve Jobs' wife. So basically, a smart city is a municipality that uses information and communications technologies to increase optional efficiency, share information with the public, improve both the quality of government services and citizen welfare. Well, basically, what that means is that there's cameras everywhere, everything's interconnected, and they're watching you 24/7. There's nowhere else to run once you're in a smart city. They got you where they want you, basically. And that's what they're promising with this, is a smart city. Oh, there's going to be no basically no cars. It's going to be all walking type thing. So it's basically these tech people's, idea. So here's some more areas of the land. And let's just look into some of these people who are buying all this land. So Mark Anderson. So this is a billionaire, occupations investor, entrepreneur, software engineer, a billionaire from Silicon Valley. And it says right here, just on his Wikipedia page, it says he and his wife bought a property in Malibu for 177 million. And it says Anderson advocated against the construction of 131 multifamily housing units in their affluent Atherton, California town. Now, I probably wouldn't want this in my town, but now you see this, what this type of guy, what type of hypocrite he is. Now he's trying to, with his associates, sue these farmers to basically still steal their land into making this mega city. So it just shows kind of the type of people they are. Basically, they only care about themselves. So I just wanted to make that note. Let's see here. So yep, $900 million. So here's just San Francisco population, 815,000. So let's go in a little bit deeper to show some more. So who is behind Flannery Associates, the mystery California land buyers? So it's just a group of ultra wealthy Silicon Valley investors, Reid Hoffman, Michael Morawitz, Patrick. It's basically, it says congressmen. They put a strong arm mobster pressure on landowners to sell. So even a congressman is saying that. But what unfortunately is probably going to happen is these guys have a lot of money. They're saying it's going to be going to some sort of ballot initiative in Solano County. So these politicians might try to look good right now, saying that they're against it, that what they're doing is wrong. But this Flannery and Associates, basically this team of billionaires, is going to buy them, unfortunately, most likely. And they're probably going to mess with the electoral system in Solano County to get what they want done, because they've already put almost $1 billion in this. I don't think they were going to want to lose their investment. Now, that's just a thought. So, so let's look right here. So, Tech Titans' visions for a new city in Northern California raises some concerns. So, let's continue going down. So, that's Steve Jobs' wife. She's donated to Hillary Clinton and a whole bunch of other big Democrats. So, and the Democrat Party runs California. So, investing through a company called California Forever, which saw its launch of the official website on Thursday. So, let's look at this. So, they just created this, starting a conversation about Eastern Solano County. So, basically, a chance for new communities, good paying jobs, solar farms, and open space. So they're trying to sell this to the people who are living there, while saying it's going to be such a great thing, such a good thing for the people. But at the same time, the funny thing about this is that they're basically trying to steal land in a land grab, suing farmers so they can't have any money to keep their land. And they're trying to sell it as, oh, it's all this and it's going to be a great place to live. So it's basically what they're trying to these sustainability goals are really in with this, and that's from the United Nations and everything in that regard. So what about fire risk? So any approved project will provide new fire protection services. Oh, of course. Will there be a vote on this? Yes. Solano's County Orderly Growth Measure directs development into cities and new projects outside of cities to be submitted for the voters for approval. We fully support these principles and will ultimately ask the voters to approve any proposed project. Okay, so do you believe that, folks, when they're trying to do lawsuits, when they're suing people in order to get what they want? No, I don't. Okay, so this is one of the main persons behind this Jobs lady, and she has a lot of these things that she's doing, which I find very odd if you investigate her further. So this is one of her organizations, Emerson Collective. So it's basically a foundation that she supports, and it's basically saying, oh, how it's good at how they're helping people and everything. But at the same time, she's and her associates are suing these farmers and everything else in that regard. So, and he also, this Mark Anderson, who's who's been part of this, is really talking about COVID and stuff and how we don't have enough ventilators, negative pressure rooms and ICU beds, enough surgical masks, eye shields, and medical gowns. So this is an article that he wrote a while back, and he was basically he was all for the COVID lockdown and everything in regards to that, and how we needed to build more vaccines and stuff like that. So that's another thing just to add. So yeah, so that's basically it. I hope the people of Solano County can fight this, especially the farmers who want their price for their land, because these people stand to make a lot of money having a new city if they get the California government, which they probably will, to approve it and everything as well. So I just wanted to give a little bit more in-depth look into this, and just like to thank you for watching this video. Share this with your friends, because this will really affect the state of California. A new big massive city like this, a smart city, where we're potentially going to see people moved in from the rural areas of California into there, because fire insurance, we can't get fire insurance, so that'll make a lot of people force them to move them into the city. And now conveniently they're building a massive new city while we're having a population decline. Because if it's a city for 2 million people, because it's twice the size of Sacramento, I mean, twice the size of San Francisco, or even 1 million people, that's a huge percentage of would be a huge percentage of the state's population, because we only have about 40 million and we're losing people. So an extra million will really change things. So I just wanted to thank you again for watching this video. You can share it with your friends if you like. Have a good day. Bye.